Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, I am all over the place in this video, but I had so much fun filming it. Here I am dropping my makeup on the floor. Uh, I have my brother and my husband in the next room. We were actually celebrating my birthday this past weekend, so I am in kind of a goofy, ridiculous mood. But anyway, I am starting off by putting my creamy color tattoo from Maybelline and inked in pink on my eyes to use as a base. And then I am using my pinky to blend out those edges. Next, I'm going in with an Anastasia eyeshadow. This is in the color Birkin. And actually, I will be using all Anastasia eyeshadows today. And this is the same look that I was wearing in my last video, my review of the Anastasia shadows. Just thought I would film it for you guys because I had a couple of requests to show it to you. So I'm using a Sigma E40 blending brush to start putting the color Birkin into my crease. Barely dipped it into the color because I'm going to be going back in with this color a lot, so we don't need it to be really intense yet. Just using it to sort of lay down a shade to blend on top of. Having that base color underneath your other eyeshadows really makes it easier to blend later on. Just the powder with the powder. Hopefully this makes some sort of sense. And then we are going in with the star of the show. This is Pink Champagne by Anastasia. And I'm actually going to start off just using my finger to apply this to my lids. I found after trying a few different methods of doing this, like with different brushes, that really using your finger is the best way to get this on there. It kind of acts like a pigment. It's not a loose shadow, but it does have a lot of sparkle to it. A little bit of fallout, but having that base under there is really going to help with that a lot. So just packing that over my lid, probably the inner 2/3. Next, I'm going to be going in with Hot Chocolate, this shade right here from Anastasia. I'm going to start off using a crease brush or a pencil brush, kind of a bigger pencil brush from Essence of Beauty. This is the same one you're going to see me using probably in just about any or every video that I do. Start off using this one because it has a really defined stiff shape and it's really good for just getting the outer V kind of carved out on your eye. But then after I do that, I go back in with this brush. This is an E25 from Sigma, and I use this one to blend it out a little bit more because that was way too harsh for my liking. And then I'm just going to go and do the other thing, the same thing on the other side. And just back and forth, adding hot chocolate with this brush and then blending it with a second brush. I honestly probably spent a good solid 5 minutes doing this, just back and forth, until I had it to the intensity that I wanted and as blended out as I wanted. I am not going to show you that whole thing because we would be here all day, but just to give you an idea of how much blending work actually goes into creating a look like this. It is quite a bit. So back with the E25, blend. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of that Birkin shade, the first crease shade we used with the E25. So using that to blend out hot chocolate a little bit. And I'm going to be completely honest, the hot chocolate shade was a bit difficult to blend out. Birkin blended beautifully, most of the shades did, but hot chocolate was a little tricky to work with. Beautiful, but tricky. And then I'm taking some more Birkin on the E40, the bigger blending brush. So using that to blend out the edges, back and forth. And every time I go back in with one of these brushes, I am adding just the tiniest bit more color because obviously you can always add more, but it's really hard to take away if you add too much. So this carries on for quite some bit, and I'm just going to fast forward ahead to the next part for you guys. I kind of skipped ahead and went in to do my eyebrows because I just couldn't stand looking at them looking so bald anymore. So this is me using the Anastasia's Brow Wiz. I had actually already used their Dipbrow. just to get the general shape that I wanted. And then I went in with this pencil to get more of a sharp edge. Definitely went pretty bold with this brow, which honestly is so much easier for me to do because I have no brow. And usually it looks kind of ridiculous when I do it, but I think it looked okay this time because I did a pretty dramatic look on my eyes as well, so it kind of matched. Um, Now I'm going in with Ash Brown from Anastasia, that eyeshadow, on an angled brow brush, and I'm using that to kind of create more of an arch on my eyebrows because I decided I wanted to go really crazy and bold. And this is how I wish my brows looked in real life, but such is life. Now I'm going in with my Maybelline gel eyeliner. I actually didn't mind how my eyeliner turned out today. I was pretty proud of myself. Starting out just creating a thin line along my lash line with my E65 angled brush from Sigma. And then, per usual, going out of frame. But I'm just doing the same thing on this side. And I do start out with a thin line so that as I build later and try to fix it, it's not going to get to a point where it's too thick. Then I'm just extending that line and creating a wing. Doing the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to go in with a shade from the Anastasia Tamanna palette, using this shade right here, Fresh. It's just a matte, light, creamy shade, and I'm using that as my brow highlight. I'm using this brush from e.l.f. It was only 99 cents. Awesome, awesome brush. Using that just to kind of create a straighter line underneath my eyebrow with the shadow, so almost like using a highlighting pencil. And then I'm just kind of pulling down with the brush a little bit, flicking down, and then I'm using my pinky to blend it out a little bit more. Just jamming out to my Christmas music. Is that even a thing? Can you jam out to Christmas music? I don't know. I made it a thing. Anyway, now I'm going in with an angled brush, also from Essence of Beauty, with more of the Fresh just to blend it down into those other colors. And then my camera actually stopped recording when I was putting on this next shade, Noir, the black shade from Tamanna palette. I just used a pencil brush to first put that in my outer corner, and I kind of followed along the line of the winged liner. And I'm using an E25 to blend it inward. And now, because I kind of lost some of that pink champagne on my lid from adding the other colors afterwards, I'm going to go in and add some more on top with some Fix Plus on my brush to make it really intense. I added some mascara and some false lashes off screen, and now I'm going in with actually a baby wipe to wipe away the fallout. Next, I'm going to move on to my skin. I am applying the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer to my face with my fingers. I have been absolutely loving this primer since I started making these videos. I just love how it looks in person, but also on camera underneath the foundation. It just makes your skin glow. Then I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier foundation in the shade Creme Ivory. This pairs so beautifully with that primer. It also has a really nice glowy finish. One thing I have noticed about this foundation is that if you have really dry skin, it kind of clings to those flakes in your skin, so not the best for super dry skin, but for more combination skin like mine, where it's kind of dry in some areas, oily in others, this is absolutely perfect. Just blending this in with my F80 Kabuki brush from Sigma, as always. And I'm also using the brush to kind of clean up the edges around my eyeshadow. You can really see what a difference this makes just in like sharpening that edge around the eyeshadow, and also just covering up any more fallout that I hadn't taken care of before with the wipe. Now I'm going to use yet another Laura Mercier product. This is the Secret Concealer from the Undercover pot in shade number 2, and I'm using this to cover up those horrible under eye circles. Look how awesome that is. I know I'm like out of frame. Hopefully you can still see how this concealer just completely cancels out that blue and purple that I have under my eyes. And I've got some pretty bad dark under eye circles. And then because I want to brighten things up under my eyes a little bit more and add just a tiny bit of a highlight, I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Concealer, I think it's called. Just adding a few swipes under my eyes, just twist up the product. And I'm kind of using this to help sharpen that edge as well. Now I'm going in and tight lining with my L'Oreal liner, and oh my god, you can see my hand is literally shaking. That makes me cringe just to watch that. Anyway, moving on, I'm using Birkin and a pencil brush to blend out the eye kohl under my eye a little bit. And then I'm taking my Makeup Geek pencil brush to add some of that soft gold shade as an inner corner highlight. This color is so beautiful. It's definitely a new favorite of mine. A lot like Nylon from MAC, but more pigmented and more beautiful. I bronzed my face up a little bit off screen with my chocolate Soleil bronzer from Too Faced, and now I'm using Tenderling by MAC as my blush. This is absolutely my #1 most used blush. I love it, love it, love it, love it for fair to light skin. This probably wouldn't even show up on me if I were to use it in the summer, but during the winter and spring months, it is just gorgeous, and it's like foolproof. You can't screw it up. Now I'm using MaryLouManizer by TheBalm as my highlight. Hope you like my highlighter face. It's my highlighter face right there. I don't think I have ever seen anyone make that face while putting on highlighter. I'm pretty sure it is just me. But anyway, I'm using another Makeup Geek brush. This is the cheek highlighter brush, it's called. Just using that to apply and also to blend out the highlighter. Also applying a little bit down the bridge of my nose and putting a little bit more on my Cupid's bow. And then I use way too much, so I just blend that with my pinky. Last, I am going in with a MAC lipstick. This is Viva Glam V. This is another well-loved product, probably my most used lipstick. I'm not going to zoom you guys in because I've got a lovely cold sore that you probably don't want to see up close. And that is the completed look. Oh my god, I have no idea what in the hell I am doing right now. Just having fun. Hope you guys did too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!